While not every character from young Sheldon made the transition to Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, the two shows do share a lot of characters in common, as evidenced here. From the title of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage alone, it was already clear that young Sheldon's spin-off would be an unusual show. The series follows Sheldon's older brother Georgie and his wife Mandy, who, in young Sheldon's finale, were a young couple with a bright future ahead of them. However, like How I Met Your Mother before it, this sitcom spin-off comes with a predetermined ending. In The Big Bang Theory Season 11, Episode 23, The Sibling Realignment, Sheldon's brother Georgie complained about his unseen ex-wife, thus confirming that Mandy and Georgie will eventually separate. This came long before Mandy was ever introduced in young Sheldon, but the line still shaped her character's fate. Thus, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage now has to justify a breakup that The Big Bang Theory already confirmed years earlier. Understandably, this complex plotting means that the spin-off brings back characters from young Sheldon regularly, from minor supporting guest stars to major main characters. George Sr. Lance Barber. Lance Barber's George Sr. looks exasperated as he holds a ladder in young Sheldon. Young Sheldon. Although Lance Barber's George Sr. was a vital character throughout all 7 seasons of young Sheldon, his role is dramatically diminished in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. This is because George Sr. died just before young Sheldon's best episode, the spin-off's penultimate outing, Funeral. Thus, George's father can only appear as a ghost or a hallucination, which is exactly how he cropped up in Season 1, Episode 12, Typhoid Georgie. In that outing, Georgie attempted to work despite his ill health, resulting in a visit from a nightmarish version of his late father during a fever dream. Coach Wayne Wilkins. Doc Farrow. Wayne Wilkins wearing a coaching shirt in young Sheldon. Coach Wayne Wilkins was a co-worker of George Sr.'s throughout young Sheldon, and George Sr. even helped him out after he was fired and led the team to victory. However, this doesn't mean that Wilkins is endlessly indebted to the Cooper family, as Meemaw discovered. Meemaw's attempts to get some team secrets out of Wayne Wilkins failed in Season 1, Episode 14, A Sportsbook and a Breakup. Once the coach realized Connie was fishing for information to help out with her illegal sportsbook gambling scheme, he left the diner to ensure he kept his job. School librarian Cheryl Hutchins. Sarah Barker. Cheryl Hutchins, Sarah Baker, in a neck brace in young Sheldon. Young Sheldon on CBS. School librarian Cheryl Hutchins is one of the less fortunate characters in young Sheldon, despite her fondness for the title character. Her biggest role came long before young Sheldon's finale when she stayed with the Coopers in Season 3, Episode 18, A Couple Bruised Ribs and a Cereal Box Ghost Detector. Barker reprised her role briefly in Season 1 of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, although it is tough to tell whether she will be back in the future. Fortunately, the show's small-town setting means it is always a possibility. Reverend Travis Lemon. J.D. Walsh. J.D. Walsh as Reverend Travis Lemon looking serious on Georgie and Mandy's first marriage. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage is CBS. First seen in Season 7, Episode 5, A Frankenstein's Monster and a Crazy Church Guy, the eccentric televangelist Travis Lemon is the crazy church guy of the title in this outing. The episode sees Mary get a little too invested in megachurch theatrics and the accompanying donation fees, but Lemon's comeback saw him play the opposite role. In Season 1, Episode 6, A Regular Samaritan, it is Georgie who realizes there is a lot of money in Lemon's congregation when he starts attending his megachurch to subtly solicit new clients for the tire store. This plan succeeds, but not before another woman's interest in Georgie earns Mandy's jealousy. Pastor Jeff. Matt Hobby. Pastor Jeff speaking at church in young Sheldon. Pastor Jeff was both an enemy and a friend to the Cooper family throughout young Sheldon, as he launched campaigns against Meemaw's various businesses and George's unconventional family, but also employed Mary for years. As such, it was something of a surprise when he appeared in Season 1, Episode 10, A House Divided. Here, the good pastor attempted to provide counseling to Mary, Georgie, Audrey, and Mandy when a fight broke out between the two mothers-in-law. His best efforts soon proved fruitless, and Georgie and Mandy's first marriage instead used Sheldon's infamous roommate agreement to solve the issue. Dale Ballard. Craig T. Nelson. Craig T. Nelson as Dale Ballard in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage Season 1, Episode 14. Image via CBS. Meemaw and Dale's relationship hit a snag in young Sheldon Season 7 when her secret illegal gambling room was finally raided, but the couple remained together despite this. However, Season 1 of Georgie and Mandy's first marriage proved that Meemaw never learned her lesson after her arrest. Dale finally broke up with Sheldon's grandmother when he found out she was running an illegal sportsbook betting scheme in A Sportsbook and a Breakup, but the tumultuous couple were reunited before the episode ended. Heading into Season 2, they seem stable, if hardly happy. Jim McAllister. Will Sasso. Emily Osment as Mandy, Will Sasso as Jim and Rachel Bay Jones as Audrey in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage episode 22. Image via CBS. Mandy's long-suffering father appeared in a handful of episodes of Young Sheldon before becoming a main cast member in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. Unlike Audrey, who was actively involved in a conflict with her daughter, Jim mostly took a hands-off approach to parenting and avoided commenting on, or actively intervening in, Mandy's life choices. However, in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage, he spent a lot of time with Georgie in his tire store, and viewers got to know him better. While the couple may move out in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Season 2, Jim has proven surprisingly supportive of his son-in-law so far.